Welcome to T-Boys TV. We are back again with another T-Boy Discusses, and in this one we will be talking about a player that could potentially be coming to Luton Town permanently, and also a player that could be extending their time at Luton as well. So let's get straight into it. So we'll start off with Kaboré. Looks like he could potentially be extending his time at Luton Town. Now Brahima Zerbo says on Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it nowadays, Luton Town plans to finalise negotiations for the permanent transfer of Issa Kaboré, a 23-year-old right-back currently on loan from Manchester City. The player's loan will expire in June 2024. Now, it's an interesting one. I mean, I look at Man City's team now, and I don't think he's getting in there, if I'm going to be completely honest. You know, they've done the four-peat not too long ago, got Kyle Walker as their starter, they got Rico Lewis coming through as the other option, on that side. So it's going to be difficult. And to be fair to him, Kaboré, I didn't think he started too well life at Luton. But I feel ever since that game after the game where we lost 3-2 to Aston Villa, I feel he's massively stepped up, and, he was up there a lot after that game consistently for man of the match from me. And the thing about him as a defender is I feel his tackling is very good, his sliding blocks and stuff like that, but something that lets him down heavily, and something I was disappointed with earlier on in the season, is his awareness. Like I say, you look at that Aston Villa game, he's not marking, not even goal side, not great. That's one thing he does need to work on. But other than that, I feel he's got everything to be a decent, wing back. So I'd probably take him, especially if you're basing it on his performances after that Villa game. Really good consistently in games. A shame about the injury towards the end of the season. But yeah, he was really good, during that last little bit before the injury. And, I also look at it, since James Bree, we've not really been covered there. We've always been getting in loans or playing players that are not, their main position there, which have done a job there, don't get me wrong, but I feel that is a position we definitely need to cement and have someone who's actually going to be staying at the club, and even have another option as well. Ideally, someone, even if they're like a centre back that can play right wing back as well, it'll be good. But again, it all links into, finally seeing Rob Edwards' proper style next season as well, and what he wants to go with in the Championship as well. But I would take him, if you're basing it on his second half season, you could say. But let me know, would you guys take Kaboré permanently? And then the other bit of news, which is regarding James Shea. Now, it's quite interesting, this one. So long-serving Luton keeper, this is by Luton Today, by the way, James Shea would love to extend his stay at Kenilworth Road after confirming his contract will expire this summer. The 32-year-old made his first ever appearance in the Premier League on Sunday when he came on for the final 15 minutes at a 4-2 defeat against Fulham. It was the 108th outing of his town career for the former Arsenal and AFC Wimbledon stopper, who has been with the club since the summer of 2017, winning the Golden Glove Award when Luton sealed the League One title in 2019. Just quickly touching on that game. Obviously, me and my dad will get a bit more into it in depth later on in the week. But yeah, in that game, obviously got that 15-minute run out. It's good to see. Obviously he gets that Premier League ball. He deserves it, of how long he's been at Luton. I remember that spell when Sluga had COVID and everyone was worrying, and we played Nottingham Forest first game of Shea in goal, returning in goal, shall I say, and he actually done really well. 0-0 that game. I was at that game, and I'll be honest, before the game I was worried, because the last time he played before that was Stevenage in the cup, and he got skilled up for, I think it was the first goal, and that weren't great, great sights. Back then Stevenage were in League Two as well, so it was a bit worrying. But most of the time when he's called upon, he has done really well. So it's an interesting one. But yeah, it's good to see that he got that ball. Like I say, Potts, I'm a bit gutted that he didn't get, even a run out on the Premier League, but he was just injured. I think he might have been on the bench once, and that was Burnley away, something like that. But yeah, I'm sure Rob Edwards would have done the same with him as well if he is available. Obviously, with us, it's a nothing game in the end. Obviously, we're not going to score 12 goals But yeah, this is what has been said about it by James Shea. I've loved every single minute here. I'm up at the end of the season, but we'll see what happens. I'm hoping I'm here, but until something is signed, sealed and delivered, you just never know. Although Shea could face even more competition from Jack Walton, who helped Dundee United win the Scottish Championship during his loan spell this season, Rob Edwards, this is what he said on it, is something that's ongoing. We've had some good discussions. He knows what I think. I don't want to say too much at the moment, but I'm hopeful. Now, that bit at the end is the interesting part for me that tells me he's going to stay when he says I'm hopeful, but it also tells me one of the 4 keepers is going to go. So the 4 keepers I'm referring to, obviously Kaminsky, I think he'll stay. Krul, I think he might be the one to go. You know, when he has played this season, he's not looked great. You know, let's be honest, especially for a player of his experience and his know-how, he weren't really, you know, you wouldn't think he really had that in the games in the FA Cup that he played. Even Gillingham in the League Cup is a bit shaky. Obviously, Shea sounds like he's going to stay. And then Walton coming through. And I think, you know, we won't get rid of Walton. So I feel we haven't even given him a chance yet. It just wouldn't really make sense. And also, he has played in the Championship. So I think he would be a decent, you know, option next season. Obviously, he played in the Championship with Barnsley. So, yeah, to me, I reckon Krul might be the one to go. Looking at that, because it's very rare that teams have 4 keepers, you know, especially them sort of keepers anyway. It's usually maybe 3 and a youth keeper, for example. So, yeah, I think Krul might actually go and go somewhere else. But it's all interesting, especially Rob Edwards saying he's hopeful. But yeah, I mean, a couple of months ago as a player, I looked at and think, you know, is he really gonna, you know, get another opportunity? You know, and I was thinking probably get rid of him, you know, just due to that. You know, and he was the 3rd choice. So yeah, but it looks like that could have changed, and he might be the 2nd choice going into next season. So it's all interesting. I mean, would you guys keep Shea? Do let me know there. And then the last thing, so I went to the club shop yesterday, and better late than never. Obviously, it's going to be back to front because of the front camera I'm using. But yeah, there you go. T-Boys TV, number 23, Premier League stuff. Even got the, oh no, that's the free view, that's the other bit. Even got the Premier League badge, there you go. It's only right, you know, because as much as I'm quite confident that we'll be in the conversation to come back up next season, it's difficult to get out of the Championship, as we all know. So, expecting a difficult ride next season. And you look at teams like Leicester, you know, very close to 100 points, you know, won majority of their games, but even they slipped up at times. So it ain't going to be easy next season, especially the team that don't win the playoffs on Sunday. They're going to be right up there. I think Burnley will be up there. Not too sure about Sheffield United, to be honest with you. So it's going to be difficult, man. And there's always one team, isn't there, that surprises everyone. So yeah, we shall see what happens there. But yeah, big up to everyone that's tuned in. And yeah, do check out the T-Boy discusses from the other day if you haven't already. Big up to everyone that has. See, I've discussed Ross Barkley, most likely moving to Villa. Everton interested in Elijah. And yeah, big up, because there's a few new subscribers from that as well. So do appreciate that. And do check out the other content vlog from the Luton game in the Premier League. Shout out to Darth Vader. He helped me get a ticket, and I actually managed to go to a game. So that was really good. And yeah, do check out the fan cam as well. Shout out to Stephen from Fulhamish for doing that as well. And yeah, smash a like on this video. Do subscribe, turn on the notification bell. Subscribe to my other channel as well, T-Boys TV Extra. And do follow me across all my socials as well. Links to them are all in the description. And yeah, like I say, later on in the week, me and my dad will get a bit more into the depths and analysis on that Fulham game. And yeah, as the weeks go on, we'll be doing other content as well regarding the end of the season, keep, loan, sell, and all of that malarkey. So yeah, season review and all of that stuff as well. So do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, guys. So yeah, big up yourselves. Until next time, take care and peace.